G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD, and welcome back to yet another FIFA 21 tutorial on my channel. Today, we have another top 3 skill move episode on the channel. Today, we're learning the top 3 skill moves that you should use in one-on-one situations with a defender. Today, we're taking on defenders one-on-one. Well known for obviously Messi, Neymar and Ronaldo. They seem to love taking on defenders one-on-one, and this is the top 3 skill moves that you guys should learn and use in FIFA 21 when taking on a defender. So without further ado, let's get into the intro, and then we're going to teach you the top 3 skill moves to use one-on-one in FIFA 21.
Griezmann, 3 men around him, but somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
On the ball. He's made
Look at this, just control.
The
control displayed there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest of...
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
The Roulette. What a skill move this is. We've taught you guys on the channel before of how to use the Roulette, and essentially it is one of the best skill moves to beat a defender when you're one-on-one with them. Okay, to perform the Roulette, it is quite simple. I have taught you guys before on the channel, but I will briefly teach you now once again. Basically, with the Roulette, all you need to do is drag back the right analog stick 180 degrees to where the player is facing, and depending on where you want to do the roulette, or which side you want to do the roulette, will depend which way you go with the right analog stick. But what you're going to need to do is actually pull back 180 degrees depending on which direction the player is facing, and then rotate the stick all the way around back to where you started from. So it's a full rotation either side depending on which side you want to go, and this will perform the Roulette. If it's easier for you guys to understand, I'll use a clock perspective. You need to pull back at 6 o'clock, you then need to rotate it all the way around the whole clock to then back around to 6 o'clock, and then basically the player will perform a Roulette. Now the Roulette for me is one of the best for beating defenders because you seem to bypass them, especially when they stick out a foot or they're very aggressive in defense. When they run at you, you can use the Roulette to bypass them and almost like curve around them, or peel off them, if you know what I mean, to essentially beat them. Now, depending on which angle or direction the defender's coming up will depend on which, obviously, side you do the Roulette to. If they're briefly to the right, you might want to do the Roulette around the left side because it's a little bit easier to bypass them. Same thing on the left. If they're on the left side, you might want to use the Roulette on the right, peel off on the right side, so that it's better to obviously beat the defender, and you peel off them a lot better than what you would if you're doing the Roulette towards where the defender is coming from. But lads, this is one of the first and one of the best skill moves for beating defenders one-on-one. But let's get into the next skill move. The rainbow flick. You probably didn't expect this one, but let me tell you, it's one of the best, especially in FIFA 21, for beating defenders. Okay, and one-on-one especially, because you can use this to flick the ball over the defender's head. Especially if it's an aggressive defender, you will bypass them and you will beat them. This is a very, very overpowered skill move in FIFA 21, particularly because for some reason FIFA 21 balls that have been flicked up, or flicked up with the right stick, or even the rainbow flick, when they're flicked up, it's really hard to defend for some reason in FIFA 21. EA have tried patching it. It still is broken, in my opinion, in the game, and therefore using the rainbow flick is very, very good for bypassing the defender because they find it really hard. Well, the defender will find it really hard to tackle because, as I said, it's hard to tackle balls when they're up in the air this year. So the rainbow flick for me is one of the best to perform it. It's quite easy. You just need to flick back once and then flick forward once. So it's just bang bang, back forwards, and then the player will perform the rainbow flick. As you see now in front of your screen, it's quite an easy skill move to perform. Okay, but yeah, essentially guys, one of the best skill moves for me in beating defenders one-on-one is the rainbow flick. You can utilize it and pretty much anywhere, which is the best thing about it, and you're able to score some pretty saucy goals from it. But let's get into the last skill move, the last but not least skill. No, wait, it is the last but least. What am I even talking about? The last skill move for beating defenders one-on-one. Ball roll into scoop turn is one of the best skill moves for beating defenders one-on-one in FIFA 21. You're probably thinking, but how? The reason why is because when you perform the bull roll and then subsequently perform a fade shot, especially with the 5-star skiller, what happens is you ball roll away from the defender when they're coming at you and trying to make that tackle, and then you're scooping off into the distance. You're scooping off into the space, and you're able to bypass the defender. This is very, very, very overpowered, especially when you are one-on-one with a defender. As you're seeing in front of your screen, it's super easy, and for some reason, it's just hard to tackle this year in FIFA 21. You perform the ball roll and then you scoop it into the space in behind, and you're able to burst off, especially with a player. Obviously they need 5-star skills, but also especially with a player that has a lot of pace. This is a very effective skill move to use one-on-one. To perform it though, what you will need to do is know how to do a ball roll. First of all, obviously, to perform a ball roll, you need to hold down the right analog stick either 90 degrees or 270 degrees to where the player is facing. Okay, from a clock perspective, it's 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, so you need to hold it either way, and then you need to perform a fade shot using the left analog stick to press in forwards in the direction that they're facing. So you need to perform the ball roll, you then need to perform the fade shot. To perform a fade shot, it's simple, most people do know it. It's just shoot or cross subsequently with pass afterwards, and they perform a fade shot. Now with your 5-star skillers, basically when they do the ball roll, you can use the fade shot or the scoop turn to then scoop around the defender and then burst off into the distance. And that's why it's very, very good for beating defenders one-on-one, because essentially when they come at you, pressurizing you, they're about to make that tackle, you perform the ball roll to take it to the side a bit and take it away from the defender's foot when they're trying to make a tackle. You then hit them with a scoop turn and basically bypass the defender, and that's for me why it's one of the best for beating defenders one-on-one in FIFA 21. That was the end though of the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Those are the 3 top skill moves indeed for beating defenders one-on-one in FIFA 21. If you did like this video, smash a like, drop a sub on the channel as well, and follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. I post over there when I'm about to upload a new tutorial for you guys, and you guys can keep in touch with me over there as well. I don't mind receiving your tweets, showing me your teams and showing me your pats. And yeah, that will see you at the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out. Have a good one, guys, and peace.